Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching How to Get Away with Murder, Season 6, Episode 14, Annalise Keating is dead, which obviously is not going to happen, but I'm assuming it's going to be some kind of metaphorical saying state. Maybe she's going to go back to being Anna May or something, or get rid of Keating, or she's going to fake her death, although I feel like maybe we already have that, I don't know, but we do know that there's going to be the funeral. I don't know what's happening, I'm stressed. Also, I cannot believe this is the penultimate episode. I haven't even pressed play on the episode yet, and my stress levels have gone through the roof. My friend Sarah was like, I'll be here when it's done, when you finished it. What does that mean, Sarah? I'm so stressed. I need to get going. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
No guns.
Oh god, it's a trial. Oh god.
Why not just throw blood at everybody? I'd Sam let Frank stay after he killed my child. He should have kicked him out on the street.
It does make sense.
He was protecting his...
That was something about Sam that never made sense at all.
Frank needs to know. No, he'll go to his parents, ruin the whole plan. What plan?
You shouldn't have told Molly.
It's too risky.
I feel sick.
And then you win.
Oh, please let this work.
But my hair, real, me, raw, too raw. How can we still be having this conversation? It's just hair. My hair could decide it all, jail or freedom. So wait. Screw him. If I lose, I want to lose looking like me.
Good choice.
With that assholes. No more scared little girl.
I'm so stressed. Yes, you are. I'm stressed. I feel sick. Anyone else feeling sick?
We want her to tell the truth. That
Yeah.
she colluded with both the Castillo.
I can't believe this is actually happening, that we're actually at this point. Oh god, stress, Connor. I love you. I'm stressed for you.
I'm a liar, Connor. Look, you should be proud. Guilt is a sign of the immunity you so generously got for me.
That's why he did it. He didn't do it for himself. He did it for
We can start
Oliver.
our life together. Promise we can get a dog. Or we can open a shelter and have as many as we want.
Oh,
What does that face mean?
let him be happy.
Is the Eastern District of Pennsylvania criminal?
I am so stressed. How did anyone else make it through this episode? I feel like I need to pause it to go lie down for a while.
New motion, Your Honor.
Oh no.
It's late last night.
Do you have any proof of this proof?
Yes.
Is this
witnesses
to do
will
with
testify
Connor?
the conflict.
Your Honor, this...
Bring them in immediately.
Who is it? Wes? Okay, that's female shoes. Laurel? Because they're focusing on Frank and it's a woman and Tegan helped her escape. Hello, Laurel? I will keep my whether or not it's nice to see you until I'm sure what's happening here and what you're doing and why you're doing it. But hello.
For help to flee the state.
This guy played a vampire-y thing. The original vampire in The Passage. I'm scared of him.
And why her?
Judge, what are you doing? I accept the USA's petition to remove Miss Price as my lawyer. Judge, I request a recess. No need.
What's Annalise doing? Does she think she's fine because she's got Hannah?
And I'm ready to proceed on schedule. Okay with you, Mr. Lennox?
Of
Oh
course.
gosh, what's Annalise? Was Annalise part of this? Was this part of her plan?
Counsel? Because you don't trust me. I don't. I've been your
Oh.
right hand since day one.
I love hearing this being inside Annalise's head, but that stresses me out. The moment something bad's gonna happen to her.
I have to do it my way. Win or lose.
I am so stressed. I just want all of them to get away with it, and I swear that article so they aren't all gonna get away with it, and I'm stressed. Oh god, Christopher. I genuinely am stressed and cannot believe this is happening.
What about the incest grab? Let me keep digging, find proof.
Oh dear, you are the proof, my love. Sam,
Deals.
Frank's not really my love, but hey, my love.
Testify against.
I love that he's pretending he hasn't killed his son.
He is charismatic.
I hate this. It's kind of how the show was always going to end, but I hate this.
Joyless.
I'm on your side.
Those are some of the
I'm on
names
everyone's
I've
side.
been called.
But I am on Connor's side more than yours, I suppose, so maybe I am.
here.
You are joyless.
Mr. Lennox.
Wes Gibbons.
Wes.
Fooled me. He hid his mental illness, so I never saw
I mean,
it coming when he killed.
She didn't get them to kill Sam, but she told them exactly how to cover it up.
In the defense, Becca Sutter. ADA
Which was
Melissa
Bonnie.
Claire, Caleb Hapstall, DA Ronald.
This is not a conspiracy.
Michaela and Connor are basically innocent of all of this.
Because if that means framing an innocent person, if our government can do
I
that,
could not be on this kind of jury. Like, I could maybe cope with a jury of like some shoplifting. Oof. Annalise is good. I'm stressed. I just want everyone to get away with it. I suppose at this point I'm even willing for like Connor and Michaela to do the 5 years. Whoa.
Hi.
Say hi to Christopher.
Don't make me look
Oh.
him over.
It's too late. I'm going in. Hi, you little mushy mush. You got so big.
How are you in here?
Asher told you.
I Christopher's guardian when you go to jail.
Oh.
We got 5 years. So no years. Is that what you're saying?
And nothing but the truth.
Oh, I hate
So help you
this.
God.
I do.
Oh. Well, I mean, in this situation, you kind of have to look out for yourself, but at the same time, can you? And
Ready, Mr. Lennox?
then for Connor, he's now got Oliver on the line as well, so his conscience. Oh, hello again. Your brother's over here somewhere. Connor's got Oliver, I guess, to worry about as well as himself. He can't. It's not just putting himself first; it's putting Oliver first. And,
Tonight at the bonfire. Mr. Keating there?
Hi, Mr. Keating.
What do you want?
oh,
Mr. Keating around?
She's not here.
this is just—it's all coming full
No,
circle, and I
but
hate
Sam was
this.
home
But I love.
upstairs in their bed. Wes pushed Sam over the railing.
I mean, that was Michaela, but it didn't kill him. So
We thought Sam until Wes.
I mean, Sam throttling Rebecca was a key part of this.
Got you. We all panicked.
Is Wes gonna walk in at the end like, I'd like to testify for Annalise?
What did he say?
This is almost true, but
Calling the police
Annalise say.
that we had to help Wes get rid of the body.
that is what Annalise said. Not to them directly.
She was sleeping with him.
Oh my god. I hate this. I hate this so much. I mean, I do get that they're just kind of looking out for themselves, and
In jail. Ready for your cross?
you did tell Wes to help them save it, and then Michaela and Connor went to the police, and you told them not to.
Miss Pratt,
I get why,
do you
and I
have
support
proof
you,
that
but
I was
yes,
Wes to deport Simon Drake?
that was Michaela.
But did you not call ICE to deport your fellow classmate, Simon?
She should just say, yeah, you told me to.
Not.
Michaela, you should have just said, yes, you told me to.
You get your way. You don't care who suffers as a result of your greed.
Which should have been like, Simon did bring a gun in, I was scared.
Right now, or I'll censure you. I won't have any of this behavior in my courtroom. Understood?
I hate this so much. I wanted them all to be on the team together.
You break Connor.
Well, you probably will because he feels awful. I know Michaela does too, but I feel sick. Oh goodness.
You killed my father. And then you got with me.
I mean, she did do that. It is
You
true.
were sick.
Your father was a murderer himself.
Where you going
I really need the final episode to just be all of them like 5 years in the future. He's a very cute little bubba.
Always hated myself. So
You are a bit of a murderer. Just a tiny, big bit of a murderer.
You are good.
I think he has good in him.
Follow the protecting you. Or Christopher.
It's not a choice for a mother.
I'll get back to you in the morning.
Oh, is she gonna tell Frank? I'm so stressed, I feel so sick. I wish Connor had gone first. Oh no. I just want Connor to be okay. Oh.
Michaela got a better deal.
What? Is that true? Well, they're trying to break Connor, and he probably will break because he's falling apart as it is and he hates himself. And I love you, Connor. Oh, sweetheart. Oh, I love you, okay?
Do you need a moment?
Oh, my sweetest baby, he's just such terrible anxiety. I love you, okay? I love you and I'm gonna protect you.
You want me to void your deal? Because
He had a panic attack, you piece of
I
crap.
was faking then too. Did you give Michaela a better deal?
No.
Maybe he was faking it. I'd support him.
She's getting. She started giving orders about how to get rid of Sam's.
I mean, she did give them orders about how to get rid of Sam's body just to Wes. They didn't know.
Why go? No more questions for this witness.
Oh, I'm stressed. I hate
Miss Keating, do you
this.
need a recess? I'm good. Let's take this lamb to the slaughter.
Oh, shut up.
Did you have that
I don't blame her, but
because you feel guilty? I wouldn't blame you. You're a gay man. Prison could be tough.
Objection, irrelevant, and prejudiced.
I'm a bisexual woman, Your Honor. I have no interest in gay shaming. Number three's not liking that.
Goodbye, Miss Keating.
Camp that never existed, did it?
Oh.
I called. There's no such place.
So Connor back then was a much more scheming individual. He was broken down.
Currently lying to your husband, Oliver? Relevant. So let me be more specific. Does your husband know that you only married him to appear like a good person.
Objection,
What?
You did not pretend to be into him on your first date just to get intel for a case.
Oliver knows that.
And then, just like you continued to use him.
See how much of a boy she is?
It's my job to
Why
get
are you
the
doing
truth
this?
as
Attacking?
to
I mean, I
what
get
you
why
might
she's
not
doing
be
this because
the
they're
first person, clearly, but I'm not.
attacking her.
So you're lying about me today because
Oh.
you just don't like me.
This cross is over. Do both of you understand? We're taking a recess. Any
Oh,
outbursts
Connor,
will be
she
taken
won that
care of.
battle. But I love you. And I don't hate it because I think Annalise deserves to
Bottle of something called
survive.
Benedictine in the pantry.
It's messing with your head.
I hate this because none of them can trust each other.
At desk.
I hate
Can I have any
this.
request? Vodka, dear, vodka.
Oh.
Why you gotta be so good? No.
You can do this, Annalise. I need everyone to get away with it. They can live through 5 years, but
Good. This won't take long.
oh god. I'm so stressed. I just need them all to be okay, but especially Connor, because I'm biased.
You just blame us because you can never take any responsibility.
How about you take responsibility? My life
They
has
all
been
need to take
hell since you walked
responsibility.
into my class.
It was awful in every sense of the word. We were just students.
Connor and Michaela had breakdowns that night.
You're gonna be his enemy just like your father is your enemy. Is that what you want?
All this using Christopher.
Mother that you're
Because she wants to do what's best for him. That is the way to get through to Laurel.
Doesn't get to tell me what to do with mine.
Indoctrination, isolation, pathological lying. All these are straight out of a Psych 101
I
handbook.
hate this because as a jury, they...
Book two.
Oh. Is Laurel doing it? Because I was gonna... Their case was looking really good, but...
Everything I've said on the stand here has been a lie that Agent Manford asked me to say.
Oh
Miss
gosh.
You signed an affidavit with these facts before the trial.
Because I was coerced by the FBI. So under US
Oh God,
v.
my
Gonzalez,
children.
it's void. West did it on his own.
That's what she needed.
I'm sorry I lied, Annalise.
Oh god, what's gonna happen? What would you do as the jury?
How did you? I'll come up with a new story.
Oh, Annalise Keating is dead. She's gonna go back. That's what it means. Her like lawyer persona is dead, but she's gonna go on and live on elsewhere.
Don't love her.
Frank. More impressing things happening.
And then we all deserve it because we all agreed to help cover up Sam's murder. You helped West to convince us to cover it up. You
It's
put
kinda
Sam on
true.
railings. I just needed to do what is right, okay? Isn't that what you want too? To stop pretending
It
like
is
you
what
can
they
just
want.
lie and cheat and be okay with it? I am that person. Well, I'm not. I want to be good.
So do I. I mean, why do you think I took the deal? I'm okay going to prison. It's what we deserve.
I disagree.
Well, you're going, so get over it.
No, I'm not.
Oh dear.
Frank was telling the truth. I
Oh
negotiated a new
Connor,
deal.
sweetheart. Did she include him in it as well?
Probation of jail time.
No.
Sorry.
Oh. See, Connor's been trying to walk the fine line, and then they threatened Oliver, and
This to be over.
oh, Connor is still a good person.
My
Oh
brother's dead.
yeah.
The body of Xavier Castillo, acting CEO of Ontario
Yep.
Technology.
Is Nate gonna try and use that to make his dad think Jorge, think that the FBI or the governor did it?
How do I know this wasn't you?
It was. Nate is as manipulative as the rest of them. I'm so stressed.
We're celebrating.
Oh god.
Sparkling water. We need to confirm that
Governor Burkhead.
Hannah Keating.
Oh.
GSR test out.
Hannah Keating.
First sign the con, they're saying it's a suicide.
Oh no, that is potentially the governor, isn't it?
Burkhead did it.
Yeah. Tying up loose ends.
Frank. Why would Frank kill him?
Oh my god, did she tell him?
What are you keeping from me?
But it doesn't come close to how much I love you.
Okay, that's a good kind of honesty. Maybe could have started with that. So then she told him the truth. Oh goodness. Oh god.
She and Sam had a baby.
Oh god. How would you take that?
A boy.
You. Oh gosh, so was it the governor or was it Frank just doing one more murder, sneaking another murder before the show ends? Oh my god. Can you believe there's only one more episode of this show destroying our souls? Unacceptable. I'm not okay. Like, too much happened in that. Like, I honestly, it's one of those episodes where it finished and I'm like, did I even react? Or did I just spend the whole 42 minutes like... Okay, so the ending, Governor's not dead. Hannah is dead. For a minute I really thought it was Governor, but no, Hannah is dead. And you know, that makes sense in a sense of them not hiring the actress again. But no, that, you know, we've been dealing so much with Hannah and everything, and that means now so both of Frank's parents are dead. But he has got a brother somewhere, so he can go meet up Gabriel whenever he wants. But yeah, so in a way it's good because now it means Annalise isn't going to have to, you know, say she killed Sam, and she can still be a lawyer after this if she wants to. You know, I think that's something she should only do if it makes her feel good, if she finds a balance, if she finds a way to become a lawyer, to, you know, to feel happy again like she used to, if she ever has felt happy with it. But yeah, was it Frank or was it the governor? Was it the governor getting wind of the fact that she was ready to turn against her and go for Annalise? Or was it Nate? No, it wasn't Nate. Was it Frank? You know, yeah, going and trying to get retribution for his existence, or just being Frank. I mean, I'd like to think that Frank is Frank just murders people though, so it really could have been Frank. But I'm leaning towards the governor. I think Frank, as much as he's been a murderer, he's willing to murder, I don't think he would have done this. Whereas I could see the governor definitely getting wind of it, which I also think means Jorge Castillo needs to be careful in prison, because I feel like Nate is so good at scheming. Now, again, he wants justice for his father, and I completely relate. I don't relate to that, but I completely understand that. I mean, the fact that he killed Xavier and now he's going to use that to flip his dad is like messed up. And then it's Jorge Castillo, so I don't care. I really hope that is going to mean that he's going to testify, and I think if he goes to court and he testifies, you know, I'm a big bad criminal, but it was the governor, I think that could really help Annalise's case. I feel like Connor needs to do something. Anyway, I'll get to the kids in a minute. So yeah, I think that was all just so much at the end, and Frank knows, and I've watched one other show in which one of the main characters, actually my favourite character, found out they were the product of incest. And they were very messed up for a very long time. And a very messed up Frank is a very dangerous situation. We do not need a messed up Frank. Oh dear, there's one episode left. What on earth is going to happen? So then we have Annalise, and I loved this episode. I love that we got to be inside her head to hear what she was thinking the whole time, and I love Annalise. You know, I spent a lot of time pointing out, but she did do this thing wrong and she did do that thing wrong, but that's only because I see so many people being like, I hate McConnor and I hate Michaela, you know, like, they're evil and how could they do this to Annalise? And I'm like, yeah, I don't love that they're doing this. I don't love that they made deals, but Annalise isn't blameless in all of this. Is she the most to blame? No, but then they are not either. You know, they would have very likely, if Annalise had just come home, found her husband's dead body and called the police, they would most likely have been arrested by now. But she told them how to dispose of it. Connor and Michaela went to the police station because they couldn't deal with it all in season 1. Annalise, they had no idea that Annalise was even involved at that point. Annalise taught them out of it. You know, their lives would be very different and they would not be part of this giant conspiracy. In season 2, Connor and Michaela had literally, and Laurel, nothing to do with that murder, but Annalise and Bonnie blackmailed them into it and then tried to get them to shoot her. You know, yes, I do not think Annalise is a terrible person either. I do not think she is to blame for all of this. I think this is kind of one of those situations, I mean, a completely like fictional situation, but where things are spiraled out of control and Annalise was trying to hold the pieces together and protect people. I don't think Annalise is evil, but she is very much responsible for the escalation of everything, unintentionally, just as much as they are, if not more so. And so I hate people being like, oh, I hate Connor, I hate Michaela, because they have made the choice to look out for themselves, the same choice Annalise made when she tried to fake her death and run away. You know, the same choice she made when they presented her with one avenue to try and get, oh, I don't know, to the Gabriel stuff, and then, you know, like, I'm babbling here, but they are not horrible. Now, if anything, I would say the fact that I believe Connor, his panic attacks are real. This one, I will maybe see him trying to get some breathing room to think about the fact that Michaela might have got a better deal. Maybe it was fake, but at the same time, we've seen Connor, you know, his response at the end of the day when they'd killed Sam, he had a panic attack with Oliver. We saw him after Annalise had wanted him to shoot her, sitting downstairs, having a panic attack. Connor is a very anxious person and he has a lot of anxiety within him, and that is realistic to him. And he is just so scared and doesn't want to, like all of them do, he doesn't want to go to prison. And I think as well, Connor has been a character since season 1 who's been very resentful towards Annalise. Resentful that she convinced them not to go to the police, resentful that she got them involved in the season 2 stuff, and she threatened Oliver in the season 2 stuff as well. You know, he's had this anger towards Annalise while also really, really caring about her. Like, he's been at war with himself almost with it. But when the FBI then present him with, we want you to make this deal or your life is over, and by the way, Annalise has fled the country, Connor signing that deal makes perfect sense, especially when he also was trying to protect Michaela at the same time. You know, he was just looking out for Michaela as well. Then when it came to the second deal, you could see how miserable it was making him, but the guy threatened Oliver. Connor was at that point where maybe he was going to be like, I don't know if I'm going to do this anymore, until the FBI agent was like, going to arrest your husband. In the same way that Laurel, I know she ultimately flipped, but would put Crystal first, Connor can't imagine letting Oliver go to prison. And I don't hate him for that. Do I think he's making sterling choices and, you know, gets an ace up? No. I don't think any of them are making amazing choices. And that's the thing, like, again, where Connor is my favourite character and I hated seeing him get torn apart on the stand, but at the same time, Annalise had every right to do it. Like, I support everyone in this situation. It's a very complex one to be in. But what I think is really, really telling is Michaela abandoned. Well, not telling. The telling thing is when Michaela was like, yes, I'm someone that can lie and get ahead and I'm fine with that. Whereas Connor was like, well, no, I feel awful and that's why I think I deserve prison. You know, yeah, okay, any one of us would get out of prison if we could help it, like he said at the end. But I think Connor is feeling even worse than Michaela. I think maybe Michaela is someone that if she acknowledged out loud how awful she was feeling, she would crumble. But at the same time, I think Michaela is someone that her whole life has been very much, I'm going to fight, I'm going to put on this armour, I'm going to be badass, I'm going to win. And so she, especially with her father's influence in her ear, being like, you're doing nothing wrong, you're awesome, you've got this girl. Whereas Oliver is much more understanding of Connor's insecurities and his anxieties and kind of supportive, but rather than being like, yeah, best choice ever. So I think what made me think they were being very true to Connor's character was his acknowledgement that, yeah, I hate that I'm doing this, but I had to. And I think, you know, them threatening Oliver is a massive part of that. And also, you know, they're at the beginning of their lives, he just got married. I can totally understand wanting to put yourself first in that situation. Do I like that they're doing it? Of course not. Would I have loved it if this show had ended with them as a reunited Keating 5 and Annalise front? Of course I would. If they were all the main characters taking on the government in a huge case, that would have been awesome, but it wouldn't have been very How to Get Away with Murder. It wouldn't have had all the twists and the turns, and it also wouldn't have been very true to real life because they will try and turn people, they will try and use whatever they can. We still need to find out more about this corrupt FBI agent and what her role is. I feel like so much has got to happen in the next episode. I really hope we get to see a real sense of where these characters end up. But yeah, I am very stressed. And so yeah, Connor, I really love him, and you know, I think he is a good person. I think he has made some bad choices in his life. I think he is one of the rare characters that has become a better person over the course of the show. Most of them have become even slightly but worse versions of themselves. He has become a much better version, a truer version of himself. I think all the horrible stuff he's been through has forced him to really reflect and change, and Oliver has been a big help. But what has made me love Connor has been every season, as much as he puts on this front of being this arrogant, cocky, who cares, and a little bit of him is like that, he's the one that falls apart the most when things go wrong. He can't hide it. And I love him. So I thought it was really good that, you know, Michaela was like, yeah, I don't feel sorry. I'm going to lie and keep myself safe. Yeah, I'm proud of that. And it would have been very easy for Connor to be all bravado too and to be like, oh yeah, me too. Anything for my family, for protect Oliver. But he was just so honest and open about how terrible he made him feel, about how he hated it. And that is just Connor, and it made me very happy. Now, I hate that Michaela took a better deal and didn't try and get Connor protected too. I know they were in a somewhat more vulnerable position the second time around, but you kind of feel like the first time she was like, and that applies to Connor too, that she should have really stuck to that, because maybe that wouldn't have worked, because they'd have been like, oh, we've got Connor because they threatened Oliver, so, you know, but just, I hate that she's got probation, Laurel has probation, and Connor has 5 years. You know, I was kind of like Connor said, you know, if at the end of the day, Connor ends up doing a couple of years in prison, I'm going to hate it, but I'm not going to be like rioting, leaving the show. But I just think that's so unfair that if you give 2 witnesses immunity with probation and another witness 5 years, I mean, is he going to go back to the FBI and try and get a deal there? Is he going to go to Annalise and flip again and help them? I mean, I can't really see how he can do that because his testimony would just be completely untrustworthy. But I'm very sad for him, because I think that really shows you that at the beginning of the season, I was all like, yeah, Michaela and Connor are looking out for themselves, they're protecting themselves, but they're protecting each other too. and Michaela has just protected herself over Connor, and that makes me very sad. And, you know, he lied about protecting Oliver. That's kind of different. So it doesn't make me hate Michaela by any means, but it does make me feel less fondly of her than I did. Or at least makes me kind of, I don't know. Connor is my favourite character, but Michaela's maybe slipped slightly. It was amazing seeing Laurel again. I mean, as a character, she's always been a fascinating one. She's never been one of my favourites. I mean, I love them all, but like, in terms of liking them, I've never known exactly where she stands and how to trust her. But I think this has really shown her true colours, and that makes me like her a lot more. I think the fact that while on the stand, she flipped and she told the truth. But I think what Annalise said to her about her family and the way she grew up and the lies, and one day Christopher's going to find out the truth and he's going to hate you, I think that really got to her. And, you know, whereas for Connor, if on the stand he sat there and said, oh, the FBI told me to lie, Oliver would go to prison. Whereas Christopher will still get to have a lovely life, even if it's not with her if she ends up in prison. But then, like, you know, she's putting her faith in Annalise winning the case. So, you know, if Annalise wins the case, she gets to stay with Christopher. And yeah, I guess with their deals, even if Annalise wins, Michaela will still have probation and Connor will have 5 years, which just sucks. But I'm very stressed. I've got no idea how they're going to wrap this up next episode. And I really hope, like I said, that we have enough time to... I hate final episodes of seasons where it just cuts off and you don't really get one of those last scenes to really get to see the characters, how they're going to be, to see where their lives are going to go. I really don't want this to be one of those shows where you're left like, guilty, bang, innocent, bang, and it ends. Because I'd be like, what happened next? I need to know what happens next, basically. I saw an article with the showrunner saying that he hopes the ending horrifies fans and that not everyone's going to get away with it. And we still have that flash forward scene with Annalise, her picture and the coffin, and Wes. Now, is that baby Christopher growing up looking identical to his father? Which is unrealistic, but maybe that's what they're going for. What on earth is happening? I'm so stressed. So yes, thank you for watching.